Give me minds off top. Check the clock.
Let's talk about week 2. We've got Bills versus Dolphins. Minus 2.5 for the Dolphins. I'm going to go ahead and take the Dolphins at home with Tua, Tyreek Hill. They are stacked. I think Josh Allen is always great, but I don't know that he's going to be able to beat the Dolphins at home on week 2. Let's talk about the Steelers and the Broncos. A little bit of a revenge game. So for those of you that may or may not know, the Steelers have had a little bit of a QB quarterback situation. Russell Wilson used to play for the Seattle Seahawks, Super Bowl winner under Pete Carroll. But time went on. He moved on to Denver. Denver got a new coach, Sean. They didn't see eye to eye. Long story there. But Russell got shipped out to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So you've got a vet with Russell Wilson, but who technically is what we would call on the decline from an amazing career. And then you've got Justin Fields, who came from the Chicago Bears. Justin Fields, younger quarterback, but still has a lot to prove in this league. So you've got technically 2 quarterbacks who really need this year to come on strong. Now, the head coach, Mike Tomlin, who's been there for years, like 17 years, basically said that Russell Wilson would be their first string QB1. I'm on record saying, I don't care what Tomlin says, Justin Fields will eventually play by week 6. That was my prediction. Well, who knew it was going to be week 1? Due to a calf injury, Russell Wilson is now QB2. Justin Fields got the call. He played week 1, and now he's going to play week 2. So that's just a little bit of a carousel. I have a feeling that the Steelers are going to be going back and forth all year between Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. Not just because of the injuries, because I just don't know that you have I feel like you've got a little bit of this over here, you got a little bit of that over there, and not all in one quarterback. So I feel like I believe they're going to go back and forth all year long. But for now, week 2, Steelers versus Bo Nix for his first appearance against the Steelers. This is his second game as a starter under Sean. I don't know, probably take the Steelers. We got the Bengals versus Chiefs. This is going to be a great game. You've got an AFC kind of championship duel. It's usually been either the Bengals or the Chiefs in this AFC battle. Right now, the Chiefs are favored, I believe, at this time by 5.5 points. However, Burrows is known to be one of the only guys to beat Patrick Mahomes. So this is going to be a great matchup. Burrows was obviously the first pick out of the 2020 draft. But Patrick is Patrick. So I think that's going to be a great game to watch. You've got the Bears versus Texans. I think that's going to be another great game to watch. You've got Caleb Williams. You've got 2 teams that if they don't win this week 2, they're going to be 0-2. And that's the Cincinnati Bengals and that's the Chicago Bears. Is it going to be panic time if each of these teams do not pull out the win for week 2? Texans are stacked. You've got DeMeco Ryans, amazing defensive coach out of the 49er camp, who is now the head coach, doing great things over there. You've got CJ Stroud just balling out. So I think that's going to be a great game, but I'm definitely going to take the Texans. I think that the Bears are going to be 0-2, and I think people are going to start to panic. Just my thought. And then you got Monday night. You have the Battle of the Birds. You've got the Atlanta Falcons, Kirk Cousins, who is probably still counting his money. Got a lot of money to be in Atlanta. Versus Jalen Hurts with the Philadelphia Eagles. Obviously, both have a lot on the line this year. I believe the Eagles, if they don't pull it together, I really do think their head coach, Nick Sirianni, will be gone this year. And he could be gone even if they do well. I don't know. But Jalen Hurts is going to want this W on Monday night. I think So I'm going to love to see this quarterback duel between the Birds. But you've got Barkley. I mean, Saquon Barkley is no joke. He's here to prove he is one of the best to ever play the game. And I think he's really happy to be out of New York. New York Giants. I still can't believe they let him go. But good for him. Good for him. So I'm going to take the Philadelphia Eagles on Monday night. I think that's going to be a W for the Birds. But I'm definitely interested to see how well the Atlanta Falcons will do under Kirk Cousins. And that's pretty much my wrap up for week 2. I hope nothing but wins for your teams. But yeah, as always, keep it sexy and bang, bang, go Niners.
I can walk that walk, I can talk that talk. Give me minds off top, check the clock.